In this lesson, we're going to take a look at navigating networks in Houdini. So we're going to go in and create a torus. Press Enter to drop this at the origin. We're going to take this particular model and we're going to shatter it using this tool. What we can then do is click on the chunk centers here and set that to 25. So now we have a bunch of broken pieces. Now, in creating this, we went down to the geometry level. We started off creating an object, and then we started modeling it when we broke it up into pieces, and here's the network down at the geometry level. To get back up to the object level, there's a couple different ways we can do that. One is we can take this little widget here, or the one up here, they're all the same, and just click on there to jump back up. We can also use the I key to jump in, and the U key to jump up, so that's another way to do that as well. At the object level, we're going to take this up, press R and rotate this around, and we want to drop this on the ground. To do this, we're going to go to Rigid Bodies, and we're going to set up a RBD glued object. And that sets up a network here in the Dynamics area. We also need some collision geometry, so we're going to add in a ground plane. And we can turn that off at the object level, so we'll know the difference about when we're in the object level and when we're down in the geometry level. Now, if we take this and press play, it falls down. Now, at first, it doesn't shatter the way we originally intended, and this because the glue that we have is a little on the strong side. So we want to navigate back down into the Dynamics network. Now, here it is right here, and we can certainly double-click to go into it here. Another way to get at it would be to actually right-click on this piece of geometry and say Jump to Dynamic Solver. So that's another way of getting around between different network types. Once we're here, we can click on the glue constraint and maybe set that up to 2000. And let's test that out. Okay, it smashes a little bit better. To raise the object up a little bit more, let's go in and raise this up, make this the fall a little bit more dramatic. Maybe it'll smash a little bit more, and then there we go, it smashes a lot more because there's a little more force involved. So we now have an object here, a dynamic network here, and this ground plane object there. Another way to navigate your scene would be to bring out the tree view. We have one hidden sort of over here. And it would allow me to go in and look at the different things that I have in my object level, the torus and there, and say, you know what, get me to the glue constraint. And I'll get directly there, navigating the network. I can also go here and say, take me to the chunk centers. That was the one where we might want to change that to 55. Press play. Now we've got more pieces. So you can use the tree view, certainly is a great way to navigate around, although as things get a little more complex, you might find that a little more challenging to use that as your navigation tool. So let's close that, and like I said, we can certainly do it from here, jump to. We can also go up to here, so we can go to here, click to here, and say, give me the content of AutoDop network. So you can use that path as well. If you want to use your network itself to help with navigating, one of the things that's possible is to go in and, let's say, zoom in and say, okay, that's a view I want to use a lot. So I can press Control-1, and that sets what's called a quick mark. I could navigate up, let's say go into the torus object, go to the chunk centers over here, and say, give me Control-2, and that'll set a different one. So now it would be very easy to go over the network, press 1, get me my glue constraint, I can do that. Press 2, I'll jump over back into the torus object. So that's another way of navigating objects that's quick and very customizable to each scene. So I hope this has given you an idea of how to navigate your networks in Houdini, to move between different network types as you set up your visual effects and your animated scenes.